Yes. 5, 4, 3. Oh, 3, 2, 1.
I'm alive.
Okay, go for a little dance.
We're having a little chat about a countdown video before it then went, just as it was going to live. So welcome everybody to another episode of Coffee Club in the Seventh Dimension, which I feel should be delivered with some kind of dun dun dun. I don't know why. You don't know why. So I'm just gonna got it up on my Facebook page so I can go over and have a look for comments. So I was just saying to Sarah before we came on that today is a very much feel in the zone of winter, as in it's time to just take a little step back for me and just rest. Not be kind of living life at full pace. A little step back, a little rest, a little restoration, little regeneration, which is really what winter.
Yeah,
I don't want the word should be about. Again, we kind of fall into this. I need new vocabulary. Not should, but what winter. It would be a good idea to take advantage of the fact that the days are shorter and it gets darker earlier, and that we can actually switch off and rest and do all of those things and not have to be going at it like it's still the middle of summer.
Yeah, but that makes you assume that you're supposed to be going at it like the middle of summer anyway.
Well, in the middle. True. But winter is a time of hibernation for plants and all the other plants and animals apart from us. Yeah. Not that I'm calling anybody a plant.
Or an animal comes to it.
Or an animal comes to it, yes.
We definitely need a new vocabulary.
I think it's a time for slowing down, because let's face it, everybody, the world pretty much lives life at full tilt, switched on the go all the time.
Yeah. That's life.
Yes.
That's what I would say 90% of the people, maybe.
Yeah. And it's really interesting. I'm watching a kind of a documentary somebody recommended to me yesterday. It's called Heal, Heal, and it's on Amazon Prime. And it's basically about the mind-body connection. It's about energy. It's about consciousness.
Okay.
And one of the case studies in there is a woman that's got this awful skin condition, and the doctors can't find what the problem. They just say it's autoimmune, which basically means they don't know why it's happening.
Yeah.
So she's kind of gone on this alternative journey as a case study on this program, and I was just watching. I haven't watched all of it yet. I watched most of it yesterday. I was just watching a little bit now, and she basically had just gone in for some sound healing, and what this guy was doing with sensors was tracking her autonomic nervous system. So they were tracking when she came out of sympathetic and into parasympathetic, which is basically sympathetic is your stress response, your fight flight. Parasympathetic is your rest and relaxation. And what he does is he looks for the frequency that gets you to homeostasis, so to zero, where you're kind of at the neutral point. And he got that, and then what he said should happen was that you should then what he's looking for is for the nervous system to go into parasympathetic. So you go sympathetic, zero, homeostasis, parasympathetic. And she had been in chronic stress for so long and didn't know she was in chronic stress, that her body literally bounced from that point straight back into stress, because it had been doing it for so long. It had no idea how to get into parasympathetic, into that rest and relaxation state. And interestingly, I was talking to somebody this morning who's struggling with their health and looking for some help. And I said to him, how's your stress? And he went, it's off the charts. I was like, well, there you go. It's part of the reason why you're not well.
Yeah. The body can't cope with stress, or it can cope with stress, but not on the level that we're putting it through at the moment, as in we as a world.
Yeah. I love the analogy of driving your car on the motorway. So you've got a little, well, it doesn't matter. You're driving your car on the motorway and you're doing 80 miles an hour in first gear. How long do you think it's going to be before the car breaks down?
Yeah, not long at all.
Not long at all. However, our bodies are very forgiving and they go on a lot longer. And actually that's what we are doing when we are living our lives at full pelt the whole time, and unable to relax, unable to get into the parasympathetic state of rest and restoration and recovery and repair.
Yeah,
because we are driving our cars at 90 miles an hour in first gear on the motorway. And I so resonate with that because that was definitely used to be my life.
I think, everything that rings true. I mean, just that feeling of getting from A to B, and like we said last week, having that huge list, A to B or A to Z, and everybody, it's that overwhelm. Everybody is suffering with overwhelm.
Yeah. But it's not really overwhelm, is it? It's just trying to do too much. It's trying to do too much in a stressed state, in a high sympathetic nervous system state, trying to do too much. You can't do it all, but actually not accepting that and still trying to do it all anyway. That's the overwhelm.
Yeah. So, sorry.
I think.
I was going to, the overwhelm is that you have got so many things that you are juggling, and the overwhelm is you can't do it all, and you get to a point you can't do it all, and that's the overwhelm bit. It's okay, what's everybody else does it, but they don't.
No, they don't at all. Definitely not. So that was kind of a little bit of a side note because we planned to talk about it, didn't we? We were talking about conscious, subconscious, and I kind of added superconscious in there as well. Yeah. Because all of that stuff about having to do go, go, go is all a program that's running in our subconscious.
Yeah, it's not yours.
No, it's in there and it's running. You've got a belief or a pattern or a program that's either come from this lifetime, from a past lifetime, from an ancestral lineage that's running in your subconscious and having you act out that kind of that behavior. So just to do a little recap, so the conscious mind is when we're thinking and we're focusing and we're having to pay attention to what we're doing. And then once we've got that task down pat, once we've learned it and we know what to do with it, it goes into the subconscious and it just runs on autopilot. So that's the reason why you can drive your car to work and not remember the journey, because you're driving on autopilot and your conscious mind is elsewhere. So we were talking about this because this week for both of us, haven't we, that kind of fear and control have been popping up this week.
Yes,
we've been aware of it.
Okay,
we've been aware of it.
Yes, but sucked into it first, I have to confess, which is perfectly fine. And that sudden realization, almost 24 hours later, like, oh my God, I felt my energy was low. I just felt rubbish. Yeah. And it was like, I'm not quite sure where this is coming from. And then it, like I said to you this morning, it's like I could do all my best thinking in a doorway. Don't ask me why. It irritates everything out of my husband, but it's where I think. And it hit me like as if the door had shut on my face. I went, that's what's happening. I'm in fear. I'm fearful. And as soon as I realized it made me smile. I went, oh, I'm not going to do that again. Get out that loop. but it was
So something we don't need to go into details, but something happened yesterday to kind of trigger that, didn't it? So it triggered a pattern, a program in your subconscious to react in a certain way.
Yeah, there was a lot of chatter in my head, and he said, she said, he said, and then, oh, you need to do this, and then before I'd realised it, I had built this whole dialogue of how the day was going to go, and it was like, wow, how did I, just how did you slip into that? But you at first I thought, oh God, no, I'm being really good, and then I thought, wow, that was how amazing it is that I recognized it, and it was a big one.
And that's the key piece there, isn't it? That's the recognition to then actually bring it into the conscious and go, oh no, not having that anymore. Thank you very much. You can go.
Yeah.
We're going to choose something different. But if you don't have that awareness, you can't make a different choice.
Yes, absolutely. If you don't know there's something different, I mean, where do you go? But
if you don't recognize you're having the behavior, if you're playing out that pattern, that program.
Yeah, it's amazing how you can see it happening. And I don't mean it in a, look at me kind of way. You just look around and you can see it happening in people around you, in friends and family. And you do have to take a step back for fear of getting sucked into that loop of whatever the emotion is driving it.
Yeah, definitely. And that not getting sucked in and actually making choices to not allow yourself to get sucked in is so what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for a change, for a habitual change, to do something different. You're making a different choice. You can only do that if you have the awareness and the recognition. That's not even a word, is it?
No, that's not going in the dictionary.
Recognition that that's happening, and the kind of like the ease, and not necessarily easy, but the ease of that for me has come from clearing my records. I wouldn't have been able to do that before.
No, I think so for me, clearing my records has given me the space to see it. Whereas before I wouldn't have felt I had the space, to be aware of what's going on around me. And I don't mean physical space, I mean space in my energy and my thought process. And getting rid of baggage that doesn't belong to me. So what? So here's a question for you, Kat. Then what? So if you feel you're in it, what do you do? Do you go through a process? Is there anything that when you suddenly realise, oh, I'm being sucked in, or I'm really in the thick of it? What do you do?
So my first place is to well, I mean, pretty similar to what you've done is first, of course, I have to recognise that it's happening. And that distance is getting shorter and shorter, because you'll still we can still get sucked in, can't we? But it's about recognising it, so that it doesn't go on for hours and days and weeks. So I recognise it, and my immediate place to go to is to surrender to it. So by that I mean I go, okay, I'm feeling fearful, I'm feeling like I'm trying to control this, I'm feeling angry, whatever it might be. You almost have to name the emotion first, don't you, a little bit. You have to kind of recognise what it is.
Be real. And sometimes that being real bit is a bit hard.
It is absolutely. I mean, if you can't do that first step, you can't do anything else, because you can't, and it takes a bit of practice. And then depends on how big it is, how strong it feels. So then I will just go, okay, so let's just take angry for for want of an example. So then I go, okay, I feel angry. I'm just going to allow myself to feel angry. It's okay. I'm not going to try and squash it. I'm not going to try and change it. I'm not going to try and tell myself that I shouldn't be angry or any of those things. I'm just going to feel it. And then usually as soon as I've made that choice, then it just goes. Because I'm not trying to resist it. It's the resistance, isn't it, that stops you?
Yeah.
If it's something really big, and it's been sitting with me for like a day, then probably going to take me another 12 hours before I recognise it, because it's kind of got its claws in sometimes. And then actually the last time this happened to me really in a really huge way, I recorded myself a voice note of how I was feeling. And once I did that and kind of almost got it out of my body, I could see it as a separate entity. And then I just observed it and it just floated off.
Yeah.
Which sounds a bit esoteric, but
no, I think it works. I think it's that recognition and being with it. And that might take time. It might be instantaneous. Some of them are more instantaneous, but for me, it's taken me quite a while to get to the instantaneous, the bit more of a, like I did yesterday, I just burst into laughter and think, okay, yeah, right, I got. But it's, we've been on this journey for over 12 months, and so it's taken a while to get to that point.
Yeah.
So and then for me, just gratitude that, oh my God, wow, and that. And actually really being grateful, not just let go, oh gosh, that was, I'm grateful for that. It was just really feeling it and feeling that emotion as well, because that's as more powerful than the feeling of fear.
Yeah, and I'm the same, and quite often I'll be like, whoa, wow, well, if this is going on, that's a deep layer of something getting wrong. I wonder what's on the other side of this. That's going to be exciting to find out.
I love that saying that you say, I wonder what's on the other side of this. I keep meaning to write it down because it comes very naturally to you, but I'm kind of living in that moment and I don't think of, what's the other side of it. Well, I like that, so I'm going to use it.
It just helps me to be excited because I know there's something's being released. So it's rather than it being like, oh my God, why am I feeling like this again? It's another layer's going. Okay, so that means, that usually means that there's something I'm going to have an awareness on the other side of it, or I'm going to have a period of, gosh, such wonderful blissfulness, or I'm just going to be feeling really in my heart and so beautiful and lovely and not caring about what the hell's going on in the world around me at all, because it's just not going to affect me. And being more in my heart. So, this I'm up to about 2 weeks. I've been in this kind of letting go of the need letting go of the need for control bubble.
Well, my teeth.
Don't know whether they'll fit or not. And today I'm just kind of like feeling just totally blissed out today.
That's such a nice place to be.
Yeah. So I'm just going to enjoy that today.
Well,
definitely. So just to kind of, because we decided today, I think that we're going to do a little Akashic Records meditation. So we're going to do a little guided journey. Sarah's going to guide us up there. But just to recap that conscious, subconscious, superconscious. So obviously the conscious mind is when we're learning something, when we're in the moment, when we're concentrating, focusing on something, and we're using our conscious mind. Concur? Would you agree? Anything you want to add to that?
No, I don't think so. I think it's perfect.
And then the subconscious is where kind of like all our automated programs go, and some of them we know about. So we know how to drive a car, we know how to walk. We have to get up every morning and learn how to walk again. But there are also all these other subconscious programmings that have come from our childhood. So basically up until about the age of 7, I think it is, we're like an open sponge. Everything we are told goes straight into our subconscious. So that kind of forms these beliefs, patterns, and programs. And we're also picking things up from the environment around us as well. You know, the way that we're raised, how we see things in the world. So that's all in there. And running those patterns of I'm not good enough, I'm scared, I am disempowered, I am whatever it. I've fearing failure, fearing success, all of those things. Fearing ridicule. You know, if you're in school in the classroom and something happens and you get laughed at, which certainly happened to me a lot, which I can kind of laugh back now, but not then. So that's all in your subconscious. And then we've got the superconscious as well, which is kind of like the place between our physical body and consciousness, spirituality, however you want to describe it. And that's where we can, particularly where the Akashic Records come in, because that can either be a space where we can connect to universal intelligence, but it can also be a space where we're pulling into our subconscious some more negative patterns, beliefs, and programs from our past lives, from our ancestral lineages.
Yes.
And those subconscious programs that are running automatically, we want to bring them into the conscious so that we can recognize that they're there and release them, and bring that stuff in from the Akashic Records as well into the conscious so that it can be released.
Yes, letting go.
Yeah.
And it's and that's what that's what the Akashic Records can help you do.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help you do it. It's not can help you do it. Will clear, and then you go off on your journey of discovery of how you're living all of that in this life and letting that go.
Yes, but it doesn't go like it does go like that, but it filters down. So it's not like pressing a button and you go. There is still some fallout
because we're on a journey, aren't we? And we've always got more lessons to learn. But what we're not doing is repeating patterns that we've brought in with us that aren't even ours. Repeating patterns that aren't even ours. That we just want to get rid of those and actually have our create our own patterns that actually serve us.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, we went on a little bit longer than I was hoping, because it's 25 minutes. But let's do a little. Shall we do a little?
You got time? What's time?
10 minutes. Let's do a little 10 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not putting you on a clock, but
No, you're right. I'll just get in the zone. Okay. So what we'd like to do then is get yourself comfy. You can sit down or lie down, whatever's comfy for you. Close your eyes. Bring yourself into the moment by taking some nice deep breaths. Focus on your heart center. And as you breathe, hold and see if you can count 1 or 2 heartbeats. Breathe in. Breathe out. If it helps, you can rest your hands on your heart. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine a little mini you at your heart. And you have a silver cord of energy in your hand. And this little mini you is going to travel down through your chakras to the base of your spine, on down your legs to your feet, and out of the soles of your feet. Down and about 2 meters beneath your feet, there's a beautiful vibrating silver platinum ball of light. Just focus your attention on the silver platinum ball of light. This is your Earth Star Chakra. Now take your intention down through all the layers of the earth, past the roots of the trees and the underground streams, deeper through the caves, through all the different layers, deeper and deeper. down, down into the crystalline core of this earth. This is the heart of the fifth dimensional earth, Gaia. You have reached a beautiful crystalline cave, and there are rainbows and beautiful colours everywhere. You may see all different things, and what you see is right for you. I see a beautiful tree and water everywhere. You're going to anchor yourself to the Lemurian crystals by tying a silver cord around one of them. Now you are ready to leave Gaia. Bring your attention back up through the layers and the levels of the earth, past the caves and the dens and the roots of the trees, back to your earth star chakra and up through your legs, into your body, through your root chakra, to your solar plexus, to your heart. With the mini you back in your heart, you're going to place the cloak of invisibility around you. And you're going to take this mini you up past your throat chakra, your third eye, and out of your crown chakra at the top of your head. From there, you're going to keep going up to your causal chakra, which is a brilliant crystalline white vibrating vortex of energy. It's about 6 inches above your head. Pass through the vortex towards your soul star chakra, which is golden in colour, and then up to the stellar gateway, a beautiful, vibrant magenta pink. As you take your energy upwards, you are leaving your energy fields, leaving the planet and travelling towards the sun. And as you pass, pause a moment and absorb its cosmic energy. Carry on past the moon, the stars, the planets, and past the Milky Way, going higher and higher through the multiverse. Higher and higher through the fourth, fifth, sixth dimensions until you reach the seventh dimension. Here, you realize you're on the plane that holds your Akashic Records. There is a portal in front of you of swirling white light, and you take a step through the portal into your Akashic Records. What do you see? Do you see green meadows? Do you see a vast library with books, tablets, crystals? Again, whatever you see is personal to you, so just take it in for a few moments. You may see people. These people could be guides, your higher self, ancestors. They are all here for you. I now would like you to listen and repeat out loud or in your head the following protocol. I stand in the light. I am my highest self. I am everything already. I am in flow. I step up and out. I embrace the fear, for I know I am growing. I celebrate how far I have come. I am excited about the future. I hold the light for others to follow. I am truth. I am love. Just take a few moments now to imagine living an abundantly peaceful, joyful, and grounded life, where you're living your best life on your highest timeline. So let's bring our awareness back to our bodies. It's time to leave the records and travel back down through the multiverse. Past the Milky Way, the sun, the stars, the moon, back into our Earth's atmosphere, down, down, and back into our body, bringing your attention to your heart center. We're going to now take the energy down through your body and into the heart chakra, which is into the Earth Star chakra, which is 1 meter beneath your feet. You can take all positive energy that we bring and share it out to the planet through the grid system, to any person in any place or any animal that needs the energy and is open to receive the benefits. Just imagine this beautiful, pure energy is flooding the entire planet. Bring your awareness back up into your body, a body full of gratitude. And come back to your heart. Imagine a beautiful shower of diamond white raindrops showering your entire body and your entire energy fields, cleansing you, grounding you, and putting you back into your body. And you can repeat silently or aloud, I say your name. I'm fully back in my body. I, and say your name. I'm fully back in my body. I, say your name. I'm fully back in my body. You can open your eyes and wiggle your toes and fingers. And when you're ready, give yourself a big hug. And take your time to bring yourself back and enjoy your day.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bit spaced out now.
Yes, me too. Me too.
So powerful.
It's
Feel all the energy.
yeah, absolutely. It is so powerful, and also, you know, how it can be so different for everybody, their own personal journey. Definitely experiencing a lot more. I think I took off the I don't visualize. I decided that was a belief and I let go of it. And now Just had a riot of colour this time. Just a riot of swirling colour up there. It was beautiful.
Do you know what I've done? This is just a lovely thing to think about, because I keep seeing it. It's like a video. Sometimes I see it as a video, sometimes I just know it's there. But I could never explain what I see. But I can now. Because ChatGPT, I can just say, this is what I've seen. And it pulled a picture together and it was spot on. And it was like, oh my gosh.
Beautiful. Nice.
And it's so frustrating. I try and talk to you about it and I can't quite, find the words. Again, there needs to be a new dictionary. But it's pretty good. It is pretty good on there.
So. Cool. Well, you'll have to show that to me next time.
I will.
I see you. So, yeah, I think we will end there today. So I would love to hear in the comments about, getting, as we talked about earlier, getting pulled into things and kind of spinning off down a, getting caught up and I'm going to struggle to find my words. Should have said it at the time. Sarah was talking about how she got pulled into something yesterday and it wasn't until this morning that she realised what she was doing. How often that happens, do you recognise that that's happening to you, or do you just get pulled off into things? So, next time you want to get all, well, I've got to, then, maybe stop and just go, oh, okay, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And also, please do let us know how, sorry, Sarah, go on, you're going to say something.
No, it's just suddenly dawned on me that because when we, at the start of it, we would have gone, there was one event, then there was another one, then there was another one, then there was another one. See, so in the early days, it was very hard to take time and go, why did, because it's just one after the other. It's just a barrage of it. So it's not just, whereas now it's much more one incident or, that makes you, that draws you in. So yes, that's
it's not the not, you can start to separate things out, can't you? Separate out strands. Definitely, as opposed to it all being one like spaghetti ball that comes at you and you can't and that just takes time and consistency in connecting.
As anything that's worthwhile doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've had one person with us, but I've got no idea who it is. So please let us know in the comments how you're doing. So yeah, and let us know about you generated some heat.
Oh my God, my hands are on fire. It's all up here. There's energy.
You got your vortex going on. Actually, mine's there.
Yeah, I'm going to ground myself, I think.
And let us know how you enjoyed your trip to the Akashic Records. If it was your first time, if you've got my free meditation, or if you have if you've done more Akashic Records work, let us know in the comments as well. So we will see you next week, I think.
Yes.
Lovely. Cool. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for joining me as always. And thank you for that beautiful guided meditation. And we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Adieu.